Hi friends, look at what I found at the farmer's market. This is so awesome. Oh my gosh. Chard, and look at those zucchinis. They're huge. You can make some, oh look at these guys. Big, massive ones. Yum. I love finding gems. Those green onions look so good. I'm gonna stock up on all this stuff. This is my favorite stand of all. They have the best tomatoes I've ever had. Totally delicious, and these little guys are so awesome as snacks. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of bags of those, and they also have tons of peppers. And you guys know I'm obsessed with fruiting vegetables. Cucumbers, tomatoes, and peppers, yo. Hello my friends, Lissa here for another video. Today I want to talk about why I decided to go cold turkey instead of doing a transition. Now I want to start, before I go on with the video, I want to say, if you need to transition, it's okay to transition. You don't have to go cold turkey, because I know a lot of people can't. But I had my specific reasons why I went cold turkey, and I wanted to share them with you guys. I have an issue with using the word transition as an excuse, and that is why I decided to go cold turkey, and I just went raw vegan the next day. I didn't believe in doing because I used to do like the last meal, you know, like, oh, since I'm never going to eat this again in my entire life, which was never true in the past, I would say, let's have this big giant pizza or whatever. I mean, you name it. Even if you were already vegan, maybe you had a big giant vegan pizza, or dairy or cheese, or whatever you felt that you were going to miss a lot when you decide to go raw vegan. I didn't have a last meal. My last meal, I don't even really remember what it was. I think it probably was sausages cooked with tomatoes, sauce, and pasta. Probably that's what it was. I do remember my last day. I did have 2 energy drinks and a coffee, and I had candy in my desk. I know. I had Doritos for breakfast, sweet chili heat ones, because I was addicted. And then for lunch I had fried chicken and potatoes in a cup of ranch dip. I know. I do remember what I had. I'm not overly impressed that I did eat that, but it is what it is. And I didn't think of it as a last meal because I didn't know that I was going to become a raw vegan the next day. So I didn't consciously make it as my last meal. The next day when I got up and I decided, that's it, I feel like crap and this has got to change, I didn't even think of that food as my last meal or think, wow, I'm never going to have that again. I just wasn't even thinking about the past. I was already looking towards the future, to that day, to learning more. And since I had resolved to become vegan, and I decided to do raw because I felt that it was best for my health to do raw, it was just not looking back anymore. And as I said, it's okay if you want to transition. If you need to transition into veganism, you can make goals. Basically, that is my problem with transition, is that if I used transition to go into raw veganism and I slowly cut out those things, I'd be like, well, this week maybe I'll have one more pizza because I'm still transitioning, and I would definitely use that word as an excuse. I'm not saying that anyone else does, but that's my problem. I would use that word as an excuse as long as I possibly could use it. I think the key is for people to make goals and say, next month, no more cheese. And I'm not saying to enjoy, overly enjoy the cheese for the month, but slowly cut it down. Like, make your choices. Instead of getting your regular cheese next time you buy it, get a vegan version. Or whatever you need to do to transition out, but make goals. Have set dates that you decide that you're going to get off of this, because if you don't, you're just going to keep using that transition as an excuse to keep going. And this is if you want to be raw, if you want to be vegan, but you need to know where your goals are and where you want to be, where you want to end up, and set your goals that way based on that. I went cold turkey because I can't do transition. I have to do all at once or nothing, because I find that when I do it all at once, there's no turning back. There's nothing else that I can do. There's no option. There's no excuse or justification or idea or anything like that that would make me say, oh, well, this is an exception to the rule, so I can have this cooked meal because it's my birthday, or, you know, using those excuses because you're transitioning. So that is just my personal opinion on why I went cold turkey. Again, transition if you need to, and that's cool. I just can't do it, and I know some people can't, and it's actually not as hard as you think. If you, like, when I look back on my well, it was a transition because it was a day. So technically it was, but it was cold turkey transition. When I look back on that, I see how motivated I was, and that is a big key. Cleaning out your house. I know a lot of people can't do that because they have family members that still eat cooked food, but you can designate cupboards for yourself and shelves in the fridge that are only yours. And maybe that is the only food that you're allowed to have. And I don't want to say that it's the only food you are allowed to have. You need to change your mindset when it comes to what kind of foods you can have, and not saying like, well, I can't have this, I can't have that, I can't have this. You say you choose not to have that food. Because it's not that you can't eat it. Of course you can eat it. But do you want to eat it? That's the question. Focus on everything that you can eat. That is the key. We don't want to be focusing on the 50 shades of beige that we used to eat. We want to be focusing on the colors, the greens, reds, orange, yellow, blues, and purples that are feeding our cells and our bodies. And this is the food that we should be excited about. If you're transitioning, eat those foods. Fill your body with the foods that you know are perfect for you, and just crowd out the bad stuff. But make goals. That is the whole reason for this video, is to make sure that you guys make goals and that you're not using the word transition just to keep transitioning forever and still eating it just because you want to. So again, you don't have to go full raw vegan. You have to go where you want to go, as far as you feel that you want to go. But again, if you're transitioning, remember to make goals. And I'm going to stop talking now because I'm saying the same thing over and over again. But I love you guys. If you liked my video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and 2 grand, all at Raw Food Romance. And until the next video, guys. Love y'all. Fruit on.